Who sings this?
Well, this is a remake. This is a remake of. This is the Dave Clark 5 doing a remake.
Oh, the Dave Clark 5 we thought was British. They're not.
They are British.
Oh, you thought they were America's answer to the
Beatles?
To the something invasion. What was it called?
The British invasion.
Oh, I thought it was rrhyming. I couldn't think of what rhymed with invasion, but I thought it was.
The Asian invasion?
No, it was a little different.
I was always a big. I hate headphones. I was always a big fan of.
I hate headphones.
I was always a big fan of the Dave Clark 5.
Yeah,
always.
But even though you didn't know anything about them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You thought they were all from Ohio.
No, I was a little kid then, and I grew up with wrong information. That's all. Okay. And no one ever
corrected you.
No one corrected me.
You were like, I love this homespun band. And people were like, I'm not going to tell them.
Yeah, no one told me. Then I found out they were from England too, and I still like them.
Even though they're not Americans, America's answer
to the Beatles,
to the British invasion.
The Beach Boys were Americans' answer.
Were they mop tops?
Anyhow,
I'm going to say everything I know about the era right in this next 3 seconds.
It's been a while since Bonnie and I have been together on this radio show.
I've been doing it by myself.
I've been out of town.
Everything else, just like the rest of our lives.
Raising children, doing radio.
Oh my God!
I was thinking about masturbation.
So glad I'm divorced.
We have.
Oh yeah. This will be good because Felicia Michaels is here. Thank God. So happy to have you. Through horrible circumstances, you've made it to our radio show tonight.
Yes. No, I was kicked off my flight, and so now I'm here in New York.
Because you were drunk and disorderly.
I was drunk and disorderly. No, just because of the weather.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you weren't kicked off. They canceled the flight.
They canceled the flight.
But they were already sitting. Like she was like in her mind.
Sitting in the airplane.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it out of here.
Yeah.
But wait a second. How? I was trying to keep up with your Facebook stuff that you were posting.
I was pretty pissed. Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
And you were there for like 6 hours?
Yeah, it was like more, it was more like 5, but I exaggerated.
Maybe 4.5, but I felt.
I called them. They called me. So you're flying out of Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
Which
they canceled a ton of flights.
They canceled it. They closed down LaGuardia.
Ben, don't act like you know what's going on with all the airlines.
It wasn't that big. It was a little snow. What the fuck?
I didn't think it was that bad either.
It was a couple inches. They act like
How many inches was it, Ben? Ben knows everything. Go ahead.
It was actually only 1 to 2. Back to you in the studio, Bonnie.
It was.
I'm here on the tarmac.
We've got weatherman Ben out at the airport.
It wasn't bad enough. I don't know why they can't. You know what it is? Flights coming in. Or I don't know what it is. All I know is that you're inconvenienced, that you're sitting there. But they put you on the plane. If they put you on a plane...
I like that you're telling her story.
I call bullcrap on that. You know, I think they
You're allowed to curse.
Oh, I call bullshit on that because I think they put you on the plane so that most of the employees can leave, and then they keep you there till 2:30, and then all the employees have to draw straws, and then the 3 people that got fucked then have to deal with everyone that's irate and then this is what I get. I'm so pissed because they're just lying to you. Because then at that point, it's not about the weather. They're just like, we don't have a pilot now. Well, you should have known that 2 hours ago.
You had a lot of time to get one.
Yeah.
Why would they be on a plane without a pilot?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So I get off the plane and I'm all like, God damn motherfucker. And this one American Airlines woman goes, well, cursing is not going to help your situation. Yeah, well, being a sheeple didn't help my situation either, dumbass. You know, I was pretty pissed.
Well, first of all, Kennedy Airport is like a third world country. Like, I don't know how anybody doesn't fly into Newark. Because Kennedy and LaGuardia are...
Because there's like too many black people?
Where's
Newark
International Airport?
N-E-W-A-R-K, Newark.
Newark?
You would know that if you worked on the road.
Newark.
You would know if you didn't drive to every gig or take a bus. Newark Airport, you fucking Bodak. Let me tell you something, okay? Because I fly out of Newark, all right, which is in Jersey. And you've even said it when we were at Kennedy. It's like a third world.
Newark's more delays than any airport in the world.
I would never use that phraseology, Mr. Voss.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, I said, look at all the black people in here. No, you mean just because it's like unorganized and
it's like landing.
Crazy. It's like even go at Kennedy, even going through customs or whatever.
Security.
So, thank you. Is like sometimes you're just going.
I don't go to
sometimes they
customs,
do
go
it just
to
like in a
Ohio.
weird, like they just set it up right there. Like it's like they. I'm gonna just go to sleep for a second.
You taking a call?
No, there's no calls.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
866-969-1969. You can call in and talk about the weather.
When we were both coming back from Florida, I get delayed coming back.
Yeah.
I get delayed for an hour on the tarmac sitting there. The exit sign was not, the emergency exit sign in the plane was off. They had to tape a new sign on, and it had to be in red. So it took them 20 minutes. They literally printed a sign, taped it up, and then it didn't pass inspection because it had to be in red letters. It was in black and white. They literally printed it off a printer. It took us another 40 minutes. They had to go back and print it in red letters.
Why didn't they just get a red magic marker?
I have no idea. It was brutal. And then they had to fill out paperwork. We sat there for a fucking hour over literally a sign that just came off.
What airline?
Delta.
See, I fly. You know what the problem with airlines is? You're almost held hostage because there's nothing you can do.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, the airline I fly used to be another airline. They took them over.
I know what you do, right? Remember that time you were on the plane and they wouldn't let you off and you were like, let me talk to Allah about this, and then they let you right off.
That's an old bit.
You do. Of yours.
I haven't done that in 10 years.
I know, but
Bullshit, I've heard you do that.
No, it's not. When you watch me on TV, it's not Allah. It's Allah. Okay, it's not Allah.
Well, that's how you say it in Canada.
Allah flies into Newark often. So
Newark. Yeah. I don't think you should be giving anybody speech lessons.
Okay, Allah. All right.
Elocution.
This is
lessons.
Enunciation Hour starring Rich Voss.
It's good to be back. We haven't been here together in so long. We did our live podcast last week that was aired on Sirius all weekend. And I want to thank all the comics that were on it, whoever they were. I don't remember. It was
oh my God, Mandy Stammiller, Pat Dixon,
Pete
Lee, and Emily Tarver,
and Ron Bennington, who hosted it, and it
fantastic.
was great. We did a live our podcast from anyhow.
Oh God, he's
we played the Newlywed
He's so
game.
good,
Isn't
he? I mean,
you're like a young Casey Kasem.
You're
the way
like
these stories just roll off your
way
tongue.
that you can tell a tale is
Oh, good. Look,
something to behold, my friend.
Look, you got your little pal.
We did a live show. Anyway, okay. What we gotta do okay. You know what? Here's the thing. We're gonna.
We had great guests. I don't remember who they were, and it was phenomenal.
I just want to thank
Felicia, somebody is here. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Let's do it.
Give us a call, 866-969-1969.
Okay, we got a caller from Long Island.
Well, let's hear this one.
Hey guys, this is Dan.
Danny, I can't read all the names. So you guys, if you're listening and you're calling in, just say your name right away. If you don't say your name right away, I'm going to hang up on you.
Why would you do that? You think you're a boss?
Yeah.
You don't hang up.
I'm really nervous, so I apologize.
Were you nervous calling this?
Yes, I
Did you just listen to Rich's drivel the last 3 minutes? You can host this show if this phone call goes well.
Listen, go ahead.
I had a sex dream about Bonnie on Saturday night.
Okay.
Ugh.
All
Who
right.
among us hasn't?
Me?
Really?
Myself?
It was incredibly awkward, though, even in the dream. It was something along the lines of we were shooting a scene, even though I'm not an actor or anything like that, and I had my underwear on. And I had a ball hanging out, and I was rubbing it on Bonnie.
Oh, that's what I like.
Wow, just one ball? Saving the other one for
Someone special. That ball, I don't let just anyone touch.
Did you come during the dream?
Let him let him tell it the way he wants to tell it.
Can
so
I ask
you're rubbing
questions?
your nut up against me.
And I did finish in the dream.
You
but
did?
Everyone was but everyone was standing there watching me, and I slowly came in my underwear in front of everyone in the room.
Who's everyone?
Rich was there. Everyone who was shooting.
Of course, I'm going to watch.
Was Jim there? Jim Norton?
I didn't see Jim in the dream. No.
Okay. All right. He might have been dressed as a woman.
You responded to that like Jim was in another dream, and you just brought up like a bad.
I know, he was like, do I bring
why
this
would
up or
Jim
not?
Be there?
Now, was the movie, did you find a distributor for the movie?
No.
No. Well, listen, if you, I'm glad somebody's having sex dreams about Bonnie. Last night I wanted to fool around with Bonnie, and she said we could, and then we started watching Vinyl, and then
So good.
How fucking good was it?
So good.
We'll talk about it in a second. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, how fucking
Okay, thanks,
good.
Dan.
Thanks, Dan. This,
Can I ask a question?
That's why I thought you picked
I
that
don't
song.
mean to interrupt, but how much do you guys have sex?
Well, he likes to go once a week. Otherwise, he feels like, things are sliding. We're backsliding.
it's usually once every 2 weeks.
I could go longer. I could. But there's
She's been holding out since Reagan was in office.
there's other things that happen in the interim.
Like
But
what?
not exactly sex.
Well, what is the process? Like, how
What's
does
the
it?
process?
What's the
Last
average
night he
process?
rolled over and I was watching TV or I was on my computer or something and he went like this. You want me to eat your puss? You want me to eat your puss? And
Okay, I don't have time.
he's got the gum in his upper lip.
Chewing his nicotine.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just saying.
know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We've been married, 10 years. Like, what the fuck, every couple weeks. But I'll eat her fucking, you know what I mean? Just to throw her a bone.
Let me ask you this:
That's
if
the
you're
opposite
chewing
from her
nicotine gum and you go down on Bonnie, any differences, Bonnie, down there?
It does tingle. No. I don't know. I won't allow it. He tried to get away with it once or twice.
Rich has the lungs of a coal miner after eating her pussy. That's why he's on the Nicorette. That's why he's on the Nicorette. Too much.
But, I guess.
Say that about me.
I guess, every whatever.
Is that because I have like a huge cave? Is that why he's got his light?
I guess.
Because he's got black lungs from the Nicorette.
Oh,
It's way too long to go.
because he did the Nicorette
Yeah.
into my vagina. My vagina now has
Yes, very coal mining likenesses to it.
right.
You're not married.
He goes down with the helmet.
Are you married? Remarried?
No.
Do you live with somebody?
No.
Someone told me you're remarried.
No.
Was it that?
Can
It was
you
that
tell me
awful of an
if you were
experience?
married?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay,
I'm
so
available,
do you have?
but I need 2 nuts rubbed up on me.
She's not going to put up with that one nut bullshit.
Dan, if you get the courage, call us back.
Are you dating anybody?
I go on a lot of first dates. Yeah, I'm a little over it right now. I went through my Trump page when I got divorced and I had a very good time, but now I'm a little bit over it because I'm at that point in life where I don't want to tell anyone my fucking backstory anymore.
I know.
Yes,
Who
God.
wants to go through that?
Yeah, and I want my kids to get done because the person I enter into a relationship next with, I really want to be able to focus on that person and not be like washing dishes in pizza stained pajamas yelling at my kids.
Don't you? It's hard.
Right?
I feel like that's what happens to marriages a lot of times. It's like, well, first of all, when I married Rich, I loved you. For all intents and purposes. And then I had a baby and I was like, oh, this is love. Like, I didn't know. That was just weird, something else that I thought was love. This was like love.
Well, I have 2 older daughters. That
You knew you weren't really in love with me then.
I like you. I like you. You were cool.
But you knew that it wasn't the love of a child.
I don't even know what love is.
Do you want to spend the rest of your life with this woman? I mean, I like her. She's cool.
She makes me laugh.
Not the right answer.
She makes me laugh.
I could picture the 2 of us in 10 years and be like, yeah, you want me to eat your puss? I mean, isn't that love?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Love. Look, when your insides are as damaged as mine, it's hard to feel.
Yeah.
Well, that is one thing I think that we both have a little bit of, what's that called?
Intimacy issues.
Intimacy issues, and it works.
I have intimacy issues for sure. I was dating a guy last year and for about 3 months, but then I made the fucking rookie mistake of saying, like, where are we going with this? And then, and I forgot you can't say that to guys. And he was like,
but you weren't ready to go further with it. At least that's what you're saying now.
Yeah, maybe, But he was like, why do women always have to ask that question?
Don't you hate? See, when I was single with my daughters were younger when I got divorced from my first wife. They were 4 and 2. But as they got older, like, I hated bringing people in and out of their lives.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want to do either.
I didn't do it. Like, I did it maybe once or twice. Well, maybe because I couldn't find anybody, too. But I remember, how old were they? They were like 14
12
and 12
or 11 or something, and then you told them that I was your writing partner.
Yeah, I was in L.A.
We were writing on the wall.
They still bring it up. They still sometimes refer to me as his writing partner.
That's hilarious.
We were shooting
This is my dad's writing partner.
There's two things we want to talk about, too, after. We were shooting this show on the pier in L.A. Louis Anderson hosted, whatever it was.
Oh, I remember that. I was on that show, too. I remember that show.
Yeah, it was on the pier.
Yeah.
So, and Bonnie, I think, was on it. And so we already fooled around once or twice or whatever. So then she had her stupid fucking Jeep. And my kids, we went back to the hotel. How come my kids... I had 2 rooms or something.
You had adjoining rooms. Your kids had one room and you had another.
Oh, yeah, I made them give us 2 rooms.
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh, we got to be in this room doing our writing." So.
Oh, that was for the National Lampoon taping.
I don't care what taping it was.
Okay,
I don't
whatever.
understand
I remember.
Why that's
Okay.
important.
So you told them that you were in the room writing with Bonnie?
Yeah, we were going to get together, right? And they started giggling and laughing, right?
They knew.
Because they knew that. And what I loved about Bonnie, after you bang her, she would leave.
Hey, come on. I'm a mother now.
Oh, okay. After we made love,
Thank you.
she would leave. The first time we had sex, she came to my hotel and we were in the pool swimming upstairs in the hotel.
Yeah,
and
keep going.
We were going downstairs. Relax.
What is she wearing?
I looked good then, right?
And then,
I was like maybe
now,
the only.
you look good now.
She came to my hotel knowing she was going to have sex with me, and I knew I was going to have sex with her because I took a pill. So
You had to take pills back then.
no, I just did it because
To really knock it out of the park.
To
the
fucking,
first time.
I was fucking ripped then too.
I will
So
say
you
this.
did like her then?
When he took his clothes off and I saw him, he just stood there fully naked because that's how he's.
I have the same story with him.
Yeah.
Were you shocked the first time?
Yes,
You
where he
realized
just
how in
opens the
good
door
shape
fully
he-
naked. But I couldn't believe how good his body was.
That's the story I have.
I was in shock.
He took off his shirt, so I don't know if we're golfing or why this happened. We were alone in a hotel.
Oh my God, I knew
And
it.
the same thing. I go, this son of a bitch is in so much better shape
Not now.
than
I
me.
got to lose 5 pounds.
You're still in better shape than me.
Can you just do the before and after for
No, I
Felicia,
would never do
please?
that, no.
Oh
Listen.
my God, he can do the best before and after because he can really push his belly out.
Oh, really?
But then he can have a really good
Yeah,
abs
he's
too.
I hate to
he could
compliment
make
him.
a lot of money on a before and after.
I don't have
photo.
abs now, though.
Shockingly
My abs are like 2 weeks away again because I've been
Do
eating.
you want to
like a
show
kid.
Felicia? I think you
Show
do.
me your abs. Show
No, I
me
don't
your
have
abs.
later.
Come
Maybe
on,
I got to look
come
at them in the
on.
mirror, see how I feel
Okay.
about it. I can't do it.
Slightly
up.
disappointed.
Come on.
If I knew you had a boyfriend, I'd show him right away. But you don't, so I don't want to fucking scare you off too early.
What do you? What?
What?
Scare
Nothing.
you off?
Well, things don't work out. I'm just saying during the radio show when she wants
Wait,
to
like
co-host.
after you kill me, you're like already setting up. Not
I
even
don't mean to
dead
hurt
yet.
your feelings, Rich, but I'm probably going to eat her pussy before anybody else.
Has anybody seen? Then we'll talk about vinyl. But has anybody seen Zach Galifianakis'
Baskets.
Baskets? Louis Anderson plays his mother. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Hey, Louis.
Is that FX?
Yeah, Louis, can you find a clip from Baskets so we could show our guest Louis
I like
Anderson?
how you speak up, like, because this glass is
yes,
here,
yeah.
you have to speak louder.
Lois! Lois!
Lois!
Do you hear us, Lois? We're in here.
Here's the show in there, believe it or not.
Oh, how come our other guest, of course, is not here? It doesn't matter.
That was him.
And now,
We didn't do our plugs.
Can I say one thing really quick about
You
what
can
you were
say whatever
touching on? That was really, I don't know the word for it, adultish of what you did, not bringing a bunch of different women around with your kids when they get divorced.
Yeah.
My dad dated like a ton when I was like 5 or 6 or 7 when we would go to his house. And I don't know if that fucked me up a little bit, but I still to this day remember.
do you respect women?
I do, but I went through like a super womanizing stage. Like,
You're fucking 12. What do you want to
no,
say?
but like I went through like these really slutty periods, and I was like, God, I wonder
Like
if that
from 21 to 21 and a half?
No,
You
like,
just really
I'm not that
went
young. I wish
nuts?
I was. Trust me, I wish I was.
The girl-
I always wonder if that like fucked it up, because I remember like sleeping over, like, you know, we'd be with him on weekends and stuff, and there were like different, you know, there were like There was no, this is my friend, this is my, he'd had like a million writing partners. He had so many writing partners.
Well, it's such a weird line to walk, because I, at the very beginning when I was divorced, didn't bring anyone really around my kids, and then never talked about it, even though I was dating. And then finally I brought up to my son like a year later, and my ex was already with someone and almost getting married. And so I said to my son, you know, Mommy has a date tonight. And he came over and he gave me a hug, and literally the hug felt like, thank God you're not a loser.
Oh,
It's true.
Well, I think that's true with Rich too. Like his ex-wife was already remarried. She just had a baby. So I think they were like looking to get rid of him. You know what I mean?
Well, they just want you to be, honestly, they just want you to be happy, and
they
know
want that when you're
that
older,
you can
though,
pull
I
it
think.
down, you know?
Like when I got older, I realized my mom didn't date anybody because she was raising me and my sister mostly. And she did that, I think, for the same reason. You didn't have people around. And then as I got older, and
he still hit on everyone. In fact, you're making, I gotta just stop for a second, because you're making it sound like he's some kind of, you know, he had his girls go up to women in grocery stores and say, can you be my new mommy?
I said, no, I said for the weekend.
Didn't you?
for like an hour.
Not the greatest parental figure.
Daddy took a pill. He's got from 3 to 6.
Well, his daughter, when I first we were at a restaurant or something when I first met them and came up, and his youngest daughter, she was, I think, 11 at the time. She goes, he's got back. He shaves his back.
No, my stomach.
Oh, he shaves his stomach. Oh, yeah.
When my oldest daughter was,
she
was like 10, we were at a, you know, like a candy store or whatever, and I was talking to the girl behind the counter, and my daughter was just looking at candy, not even looking at me. And I was flirting with the girl, and I said, I'm too old for you. And without looking up, my daughter goes, believe you me, he is old. He was like 8 years old. And I did a radio show once. She had to be 8 or 10, Jessica. And I said, you hear me on radio? She goes, why? You're doing the same stuff? You're doing the same material. I go, no. I'm arguing with her. No, I wrote new stuff. So I'm arguing with a 10-year-old.
Like she's your manager. Yeah. We can't get you out there.
No, you gotta
change your material.
You gotta reinvent yourself, Daddy.
Well, kids are so honest. When I was first dating, and then finally I started bringing people around, and then I would have, because then like a therapist told me, you know, you don't have to introduce everyone to your kid, but it's good if your kid sometimes eyeball the person you're with, so it makes them comfortable and they're not afraid of you're going out with weirdos or whatever. So this one guy comes up to the door, and my son answered, and he was like 8 at the time. And then the next morning he's like, Mom, that dude is a complete douchebag. And I got so mad at him. But then like 2 weeks later I was like, you're right, that dude was a douchebag. You gotta tell Mommy every time you have that feeling right away.
Wait, did you stop comedy for a while? Have you always?
Yeah, I stopped comedy for almost 9 years.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't do it at all, or very rarely?
Nope. When I stopped comedy, I literally
I didn't know that.
Drove my car away from comedy with my, flipping it off in the back
mirror. But you were like
comedy.
headlining everywhere.
Yeah. I had good times. Yeah.
And then,
that's pretty amazing, because I feel like doing that all the time. I don't have the balls to do it.
With one, it was doable with one, but when the second kid came, it was just too hard.
Yeah,
it was really hard. Yeah.
So was that the main reason you had to kind of put the priorities in order with the kids?
I got really sick of comedy too. Yeah. It was like all when the alternative thing started going nutty, and I just got sick of it, because I wrote it pretty hard for like 15 years and was working the road like 35 weeks a year, so I was pretty sick of it.
Mm-hmm. And I think the road is so hard.
Yeah, and it was and I can't believe I ever am doing it again. Like, I was so angry at comedy. I can't believe I'm doing it again, and I love that I'm doing it again.
Well, what was the motivation to get you back into it?
Well, I'd gotten divorced, and my divorce was very, very, very fucking ugly, and I just was like, I need to vent. I need to vent. And I had lost because my ex-husband was in the business, so all, and is doing pretty well in the business, and God bless him, and, he's a good father to my kids, and I only wish him well, seriously. But on the other hand, like all, how comics are, they all went with him.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to hang out with the ex-wife. You got to be pretty shitty if the ex-wife gets the friends.
But you had your own, you didn't have any of your own, I guess both
when
being
you're
in the
married,
business.
like, do you have completely separate friends?
Yes.
Well, we
completely
have
separate.
No, I mean my friends like him, I guess, to some degree.
Right.
And I mean, we could all hang out. We could all go and hang out together. But you're right. Like
I'm going with Bonnie if you guys split.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
go
pass
see how
on
good
that.
she hits a ball.
I don't want him.
No, and Bonnie hangs out with more comics than I don't really hang out. Only when I'm in New York, I'll hang out to Cellar. I have a couple close friends.
Right.
And, if we go to a party or a barbecue, we're pretty much the same crew, but see, I told you she might die.
Sorry.
But yeah, I guess like my ex-wife and I.
It's a good question, though. I've never thought of it.
Yeah.
How would it all?
Yeah.
How would it all hammer out?
You were in LA. Before you quit? I know you were going on the road. I mean,
Right.
Because I remember when you were a headliner, and I was just like whatever, probably a middle or open. But you didn't do the LA clubs.
Well, because we had just moved back to New York, so it was also starting over again. Like we lived in New York for 8 or 9 years. I had originally started in LA, so I'd already, got my career going in LA, and then my ex-husband got an opportunity in New York, and then so I had to restart in New York trying to get into all the clubs, and I got into all the clubs, and then we moved back to LA. And a lot of my, it becomes different camps,
Yeah.
like if you go to LA, people, but you don't really know people, you know what I mean? So I had to, get familiar with people again. And, but I was glad I quit because when I did come back, I could have a different approach to it, number one, and number two, people were open to me doing different stuff at that time. So it was good. It was good.
And did you have a different perspective on it in terms of like just being more free, being more like
It was more nerve-wracking because I knew, like the first time I went on stage, I couldn't get back into the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, all that, but B, knew that it would take 6 months to a year to get it together.
I could hear what?
I can hear you breathing into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
So heavily. Tony Soprano over there. So you couldn't get into the Comedy Store. What was that like? Sound like Seabiscuit.
Hang on. They're here. I don't know if they need help downstairs. You might want to check.
What were the years? Sorry, what year did you come back? Did you come back when the YouTube sensation and all these people were getting famous
I've been doing
shit
it
like
again
that?
about 6 years, 5, 6 years. Yeah, pretty heavily. 5.
So it was a different time than when you quit.
What?
It was a different time than when you quit.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of getting people getting discovered on the internet and all these.
Oh, yeah, it was completely. Remember going on the road? There were no ATM machines. There were no cell phones. There was no internet. I mean, it was kind of spotty at best. Maybe you had dial-up at your home. Maybe.
When I started doing
the clubs would advertise.
Yeah, I know.
You would just go on the road with somebody they didn't know. You drive without a cell phone, without like any. You could just have been killed and raped. People would probably not even know where to look for you because they'd be like, "There's no calendar." To see
exactly,
where you were.
exactly.
Yeah, I used to drive. I mean, I would do gigs. Sometimes drive from New York to Florida. I drive all the way and do.
Oh, yeah.
Just driving like
10 weeks at a time once I got gigs. That was crazy.
Like my car.
You did a lot of the Canada stuff too,
I
right?
did Canada,
we would
too.
go like 9 weeks at a time.
Fort
just
McMurray.
Driving. Oh my God, it was
Fort
insane.
I remember driving home from a gig one night just in tears. I was so depressed from, doing these horrible one-nighters in Florida.
Me every weekend.
Suck it.
Listen, you're going to get a lot more colleges next year. What I'm saying is,
So they pay very well.
yeah, so does Wall Street. Anyhow.
Good comeback though.
It was a good comeback.
Great.
What are you trying to say?
Professional comedian in the house. Oh, look who's here.
Look who's here.
Vinny Brand.
Hello. Vinny Brand.
Hi, good to see you. Okay, this is Felicia Michaels, who you know.
Hey, Vinny, how are you?
Oh my God, I haven't seen you forever.
I know. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
How you doing, Ben?
Vinny, sit down because we brought you here today to talk about women headlining your club.
You are headlining there.
This is an intervention, Vinny.
Folks, Vinny Brand from the comedian. I'm going to introduce him as comedian Vinny Brand.
Comedian Vinny Brand.
Okay.
I'm going to take my hearing aids out and put these on because I won't be able to hear.
Listen,
don't be nervous. I know this is a big break for you.
I'm not nervous.
I know this is a big deal.
Oh, God. Wax just dripped on your shirt. Can you hear?
I didn't turn on. I'll do it.
What is that noise?
That's his hearing aids.
I take my hearing aids out and I put a headset on.
Where do you get those? I want to get some.
He needs
You
it.
get them from a hearing aid place.
Are they expensive? Are hearing aids
Those are
expensive?
what, like about $1,000 each?
No, $3,200 each.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
I want to get the one that...
Not covered by insurance.
Oh, I can imagine.
What? Why not?
Because if
They
you're...
think you can be deaf. That's fine.
Well, they don't cover this, but they do cover stomach stapling.
Well, can I get the ones that you just make the TV sound louder when
I
they
like that you
work?
can't put them near the mic.
I know. Right here, listen,
Humming and dog whistling.
it's dog whistling. I'm sorry to inconvenience you with my
Yeah, no,
handicap.
I'm left in.
I apologize. Thank God I'm not in a wheelchair. You really throw me right out.
No, it's fine. It's fine, Vinny. I'm deaf in my left ear now too.
Wait a second. $6,400?
Yeah.
And because I see
Good
these things on
adding.
TV.
Like
Because
Goodwill
it's like
Hunting over
anything
there.
else. You could buy crap, and then they don't work, or you spend money and you get good ones.
My uncle used to have it, but he had a big thing behind his ear.
Well, these are behind my ear.
No, the big thing that you turn on and off. It was like a cell phone behind his ear.
Like bigger than a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So people actually don't get they go cheaper sometimes? How is hearing not at the top of
I like
your
how you
left?
try and ingratiate yourself now with the handicap after you put
Oh
down
my
the-
God!
Yeah.
Look at how nervous he got when a club owner entered the room. He's like, "Hey, so listen, I've always loved the deaf.
Well, I'm going to tell
I
you
know a
something.
little bit of sign
Half
language."
my act is signed.
My cousin was born completely deaf.
Right.
His, my aunt, who has passed away many years ago, was very big in the League of Hearing in New York.
Right.
My cousin can talk now
Right.
through many years of training and whatever. He can't hear. He could read lips, but he could talk now back to you.
Right.
From it.
What, is he 100% deaf?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. See, I'm probably 70% deaf in my left ear, maybe 75, and my right ear maybe 50% deaf.
Vinny, may I ask how did that happen? Were you born that way, or was it through illness?
Our family has some pretty bad hearing genes. So maybe around 12 years old I started, and then when I'm young, they don't diagnose that in school. They just pay attention, and you're not listening, and I was listening. I couldn't hear.
Well, you don't think it's from counting money that hurts your ears? Huh? You can't, does that fuck with your the crackling of the
counting
bills?
machine? Somebody turn that damn thing off.
It used to be fun. The business used to be fun because it was a cash. You did cash. Not that you didn't report your cash, but it was fun to see money.
Yeah.
You don't see money at all anymore. It's all credit card slips. And
Well, as a comedian at your club, you sure don't. Anyway,
Oh, wait a second.
You could sell T-shirts now with the swipe thing on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Who would have
Yeah.
thought that, or CDs, or whatever the hell?
you can adjust
pedals
your
out for
hearing
shows.
aids from your iPhone. You
That's
can,
insane.
oh my God.
Yeah, there's
that's
an app.
awesome.
But I didn't do that. I tried those hearing aids, and they have Bluetooth, so you could listen to your iPhone, and it would
Oh my
Bluetooth
God.
into your head.
Oh my
But
God. That's pretty
Sounds
genius.
dangerous.
let me tell you something,
but
I
dangerous.
swear to you, it made my head buzz in an unhealthy way, and I'm like, I'm not doing this, and so I don't do that. But your answer to the question you asked me earlier, yes, people do spend less money because it's not covered by insurance,
All right, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, listen, in my line of work, I have to be able to hear. For example, when Rich is crying when I'm paying him,
You just turn it
if I don't
down.
hear that properly,
What do you call it? So
Can I ask something?
Go ahead, you go.
He doesn't have anything, I can tell.
I really didn't. That time I didn't.
I could see it in your eye.
I would have thought of something because I'm an ad-lib host genius.
Yes, you're a legend. Do you have a placard for like a handicap thing
no,
for your car?
I want one.
Why
want
would
one.
a deaf person need a
This is a very good story. I went to Division of Motor Vehicle.
Can we decide whether it's a good story?
You can, but I know this is a good story.
Okay.
I went to Division of Motor Vehicle, and I had to register. Voss is going to jump over this. I had to register a boat.
Thank God it's where you went.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought you
trying
were
to make
going
us believe it's
second.
one of
It was my
these
boat.
boats.
It's not my
Please.
boat.
It's a boat where somebody stands like this. It's a fucking yacht, right?
No,
I had to
How big?
register too. Do you have to introduce yourself to your neighbors as well when you buy a boat?
My neighbor.
Can you sleep on the boat?
get it.
Can you sleep on the boat?
You're a registered
You
sex
can
offender.
sleep
You
on
have
the
to
boat.
introduce
How many can sleep on
How
it?
did that have anything to do with buying a boat?
I don't know. Wait a minute.
Register.
6 people?
6 people can sleep on your
Anytime you use the
boat.
word
But you would
register,
be
you go right to
sleeping-
sex
Cash
offender.
register.
You would not be sleeping in a. It's not. You can sleep 6 people in your car. It's the same thing. It's not like 6. It's not what you think it is.
Okay, I
6
don't know what
people in
kind
a
of
boat-
car you think we have, but we have a 2-seater.
I've seen your cars cost more than my boat.
God, don't bring it up.
Every time Boss gets the TV show, he rolls up in a brand new BMW.
I got a new BMW.
I know. I know. I'm waiting for the Oscars. Give it to me. Spend that money immediately. You are. I remember when he
Felicia,
did
let me
last
just
comic.
ask, before you get into this, do you think it's weird that he got a 2-seater when we have 3 people in our family?
No, because I have a little BMW, the 1 Series, and I leased it, and I have to turn it in, and my kids are like, we're too big to be in this, because it is a 4-seater, but it's really tiny, and they're 15
Right.
and 60. But I'm like, fuck it, they're going to be gone soon. I'm going to buy it out of the lease,
Yeah.
and why not, right?
And she didn't throw the other part in where I bought her a new SUV.
Well,
I'm telling you,
I want to
McFarlane
just
did not
leave
handle
that
money.
out of the story.
You should have played
No.
in the NFL.
I
the
leave
way
out
you
the fact
spend
that
money.
he didn't buy it for me. I sort of presented it like that because it was around Christmas time.
Well,
and
what do you mean I
I
didn't buy it?
reframed the whole thing as he bought me a Kia for Christmas.
I put most of the money into
but
it.
the truth is that
we traded in her other car that I bought, and then we took money. Okay, we traded in the other car.
Stop.
Then we took.
Stop.
Then we took 7.
just admit the truth.
I'm going to tell you the whole thing.
I want to get into this whole
I'm with
relationship
Vinny.
because
you do
I have
collect. You switch cars every time you have something big happen in your career.
Yeah, no doubt
when
about
I
it.
got bored,
You know what?
get
I just
bored.
realized I didn't put 2 and 2 together that it's the minute that he signed the contract for the Oscars,
The
he
minute.
went and got the car. I didn't think of that.
No.
That's what it was.
When Last Comic Standing, he
Oh
was
my
on
God.
season 1, and we booked him to work the week after it ended. And the show had just ended. No one knew how big the PA was going to be after that. Voss comes walking to the club. He's got a brand new car. I go, wow,
That's
is that a
personal
brand new car?
appearance, PA.
Oh, yeah, personal appearance. Yeah, that's free. Anyways.
doesn't know.
So he walks in, I go, oh, is that a brand new car? And he goes, look at my Rolex. He had a brand new car and a Rolex in seconds.
I know.
I'm like, oh my God. It was
know.
hysterical. And every time you get something, you blow the money immediately.
I don't blow it. I save it.
You're
I
fucked if the paperwork ever gets messed up and like the check doesn't clear or something because you literally spend
Are you
it.
kidding? I save money. I sell CDs. Listen to me. Here's the deal. Her
He's taking
car,
ladies.
his car, her car. We traded in the old car, the other BMW. Then we took 7,000 out of our
What
joint.
happened to the Mercedes?
Oh, that was I traded in for a Z4.
Right. So while we're talking about my money, listen to you. You're trading in BMWs and Mercedes like people change underwear. It's insane.
Yeah, but you don't lose. You know.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh my God.
that
Oh my. Oh, I see. You found a
look on
way
your
to make
face.
automobile purchases frugal.
Yes, I mean.
We go to the high end, and that way you come. You're always making money.
Well, we went to high, but I traded in her BMW, and then we took 7,000 out of our business account, threw that in, and then I owe some more money, and she has a new Kia, 2016.
I
and
love the Kia.
It's SUV.
Great cars.
It's
And
nice.
that's a highly rated.
I love the car.
Great car. But I have a whole issue with how you guys handle your money anyway. It should be
Don't
one
say you guys.
pot. Yeah, it's him.
No, I'm not putting my money in his pot.
No, yeah,
Oh,
Bonnie's
yeah,
a
now
smart
you're
one.
not. 'Cause you're
Bonnie's a
out
smart
earning
one.
him, right?
Yeah, now I got,
Yeah,
look
that's
at
it. This is all turned around on you, hasn't it? Look at this. Look at this. You know what, Rich? This
What?
has all come back to haunt you.
First,
You know, can I just tell you
I
this?
booked Voss one day, and he goes, "Can Bonnie open for me?" And I go, "Yeah." And so now he's going to negotiate what I pay Bonnie. And somewhere in that conversation, he said something to the effect of, "Well, if you give her too much, it's not going to affect my money." I'm like, "It's going to affect my money."
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
that's when we first started dating.
No, you were married. I gave that check to Raina. I handed that to your daughter.
He one time I booked this show, whatever, and he was asking me, what was the deal, whatever, and I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. There's some kind of bonus to it. I don't know. Not good enough. He calls the guy. He renegotiates. The negotiations are closed. I've signed the contract.
Right.
The guy won't budge. It's like, I don't know what it was so uncomfortable. The guy was like, I did the best I can do. I really already did the best I can do.
Because he's taking advantage of you.
Who is your agent now? I got to ask this question.
For what? For personal appearances?
Yes.
It's Rich Voss.
Is it those guys? No! Stop it!
Listen.
My daughter can handle it. Allie, I got your first 2 clients.
No, but I do a lot myself.
I had a conversation the other day. I swear to God, my blood pressure at the end of it. I don't have time to teach somebody how to do business. I don't. I'm not the school for people who just suddenly became an agent. I'm just not that school.
No, listen, they're doing the best they can. I book myself. I have relationships with so many people that I book myself, and if they get me stuff, they get me stuff. You know.
I'll tell you off air. I haven't seen you since Montreal.
I know. It's been quite a while. Thank you. You too.
You know what happened in Montreal?
What?
It was one of my most embarrassing moments.
You didn't finish the...
Wait, we'll do the DMV story after this.
Well, these are both hard-of-hearing stories.
Okay.
I know how to work. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Weave them together.
She's going to tie them all in.
See if you can do it.
So I'm on my boat in Montreal.
Listen what happened.
He's laughing like he heard that.
I was on the boat in Montreal. I was with Felicia was in the green room. I was doing the Masters show, and all the comics went out except me in between shows. And you were shooting.
Right. Photographing.
Is this right? Is this on your comeback or before?
No, it's before. I think I got into comedy.
It's before you got into comedy.
Right.
It's
back
2006.
Right. It was right when I got back into comedy.
And so I'm like a Boy Scout. I've never done drugs. I'm a clean living, I'm a Boy Scout. But I don't have hearing aids, at Montreal. I don't have them yet. So I'm flying without a net. And Felicia said something to me, but what I heard was drastically different than I knew what she could have even possibly said.
How did you mix up the word quit?
Pardon?
Nothing, go ahead.
No, the word quit. Do you remember this?
No, tell me.
Oh my God, I was so embarrassed.
Okay, what did you think
she said? Something, and I was what? And she asked me if she would shoot me. But whatever she said, whatever the sentence she put in, what I heard was something along the lines of, "Do you do threesomes?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, well, wait a minute.
It's an ugly divorce.
I don't know if you remember. I'm like, no, and you're like, oh, okay, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and you're like, well, I'm just doing a photo thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and take some pictures. I'm like, I answered a completely different question, and I was completely mortified.
Oh,
and that's what happened.
I never had a second thought about that. My father is deaf.
Okay.
And also legally blind. So I probably just was like, whatever.
Let me tell you, I was mortified when it happened.
Your joke, it's a perfect opportunity for you. Don't you always do that same joke about, what was the deaf and blind girl running around the table? What's her name?
Helen Keller?
Yeah, your Helen Keller joke. That
What
would have
was
been
it?
perfect. Runs around the table,
Thank God
slapping
someone turned it
food or
around.
something.
Right?
Well, you
Vinny, that
really
was made
fucking...
one about it, bud.
Vinny, just when you thought Vinny had the worst story, you just
No, that
jumped
was a
in.
great story. Isn't that a good story? That's a
That
good
was a
story.
wonderful
Well, what's the
story.
one at motor vehicle?
So at motor vehicle, I went to register my
He's
boat.
thought about that so many times. I still think she might have asked me to have a threesome. I still think that might be
No.
true.
I've
I
never
think
done
that's
a
you
threesome.
showed
No one's ever asked me that,
Vinny,
and I'm
you've been
happy.
married 20 years.
I wouldn't be able to do the
You've
pressure.
been married 20 years? It was 20 years?
Together, wait a minute, let me think. Is it together now 21 years.
That's
Wow.
But
unbelievable.
married since 98.
I remember your wedding.
Yeah.
Because it was very self-centered on 4th of July.
We had
Oh, it's a wedding. Our wedding.
Our
the
wedding.
worst. Vinny, I knew something was wrong
No,
with you.
we went outside and had
their
fireworks
holiday.
at our wedding. How much better does that get? An 11-hour open bar. I mean, not that you could partake, but other people did. It was a great wedding.
I didn't say the wedding. It was a great wedding. It was.
You know that wedding was planned around comedians because we said 4th of July was the night comics wouldn't have to take a Saturday night off.
That's true.
Right. So while you're
So there are no
hammering me
there
for
are no
being
black
self-centered.
comics?
It was a lot of fun. It was down on the water.
Yeah.
How did you meet Vicky?
I met Vicky at the club. She came in to get a job, and
you were like, I'll give you a job if.
No.
A, B, and
I had
C.
sworn off women.
You're just doing guys.
No, I was dating a girl that was insane, and I broke up with her. I said, I can't date this girl anymore. She's nuts. And I swore off women. And then Vicky had just broken up with her boyfriend. And
she's so pretty. This is why it's hard to believe.
Girl.
Yeah, she was like definitely
out of
rebounding.
all the guys I know, all the wives, your wife is the prettiest out of everybody.
Thank you very much. She's a beautiful girl.
Pretty, way prettier than Bonnie, way prettier than, right?
Yeah, and Felicia. Isn't she way prettier than Felicia too? Then
this has become so unnecessary and uncomfortable.
She's only prettier than me. Oh.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I did the Fox show, Red Eye.
Whoa!
Vinny's got a...
I only did it twice. I can, but I did it with Kendra from Hugh Hefner's wife, and we took a picture with me, Vicky, and her. And Vicky's way prettier than that girl.
Vicky's very, very attractive and smart too.
Smart girl.
So you went to motor vehicle.
I met motor vehicle, and so I had to go register something, and there was a very, very heavy woman, and that doesn't normally bother me at all. And
I don't like them. Go ahead.
I hear what you said. Doesn't normally that never bothers me. Normally,
glad
if I'm in a bad mood, I don't like
glad they don't inconvenience you or ruin your day, Mr. Brad.
If you two,
as long as they're not sitting next to me on a plane, I'm fine.
What bothers me is a guy that's suing a buffet for $2 million after they ate 50 pounds of food.
Well, they say all you can eat.
Well, not normally.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
If it said all you can eat, you can't say all you can eat except it's all you can eat.
Yeah, but then you can sit there for a week.
So what?
Yeah,
don't put fucking all you
that.
can eat. First of all you can eat buffet is disgusting.
Not to somebody like that. They're eating fucking anything.
Yes.
Well, this spiraled off the track.
I don't mean that.
I do not like to say what I'm about to say at all.
Okay.
But Rich is right. And I don't like to say it. So I'm in DMV. And the reason I said not normally is this very heavy woman goes to handle my paperwork. I had signed my name and my wife's name. And the woman goes, I can't do this. This isn't your wife's signature. But I didn't do it in front of her. And I go, that is my wife's signature. And she goes, no, it isn't. I go, yes, it is. It is my wife's signature. And she goes, we have signature recognition software, and that is not your wife's signature. So I go, well, maybe she's having a bad day. I don't know what to tell you. We're co-owners on this boat. We can both register it. That's in the rules. But when she was talking, I had to say what several times. And I said, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. And she said, listen to me. And I go, I'm trying to listen to you. I'm deaf. And she goes, lower your voice. I go, sir, I go, ma'am, I'm not yelling. This is how I talk. Now, what happens is she takes her little thing. It says window closed. And she puts up and she goes, I'm not dealing with this. Because I said to her, I'm deaf. And she goes, I'm not dealing with this. And she slaps her. She goes, I'm not waiting on someone that can't hear.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now I'm standing there and I'm completely flummoxed.
I'm on her side. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I see where she's coming from.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
She's very
exactly.
abrasive.
You're still rich and white to her.
Now I say I want a manager right now, but she only walks 5 feet away. I want a manager, and I said it loud. And they have a cop in DMV for when people lose their cool. And now the cop comes next to me, and the manager comes out, and I said, listen, I go, I can't believe this woman just did this. I can't hear. And the woman goes, sir, lower your voice. I go, I'm not talking loud. This is how I talk. Right. Deaf people talk louder. And I wasn't yelling. And now the cop goes, sir, you need to calm down. I look at the cop. I go, I am completely calm. Mm-hmm. I'm not worked up at all. And I want to register, and they're not letting me register my stuff. And the woman goes, sir, you have to go get this signed by your wife. So now I'm like, I want to address the fact that woman wouldn't wait on me because I'm deaf. Right. And the manager of the DMV goes, I'm not dealing with this. And she walks away.
Wow.
And now the cop says, go get your paperwork corrected. So I go home. I bring the thing home. I have my wife sign it. And I bring it back. And when I walk up to that same woman, she puts the sign up again and goes, I'm on break. And I
would have lost my shit.
I got even. I go, you can't do that. And she goes, yes, I can. And she walks away. And now the manager comes out. And I said to the manager, I would like to talk to you in your office. And I turned to the police officer and said, I'd like you to come with me because I want a witness in there because this place is insane and I'm not going to be accused of something that didn't happen. And the manager goes, I'm not going to have you in my office. I go, well, what I'm going to say you're going to want to have said in a private office. I said, because I'm telling you right now, I have to say something significant. The woman goes, you can say what you want to say right here. And the cop's there, and I go, okay. And I look at the woman, I go, I want you to know something. You are a quasi-state-run agency, and you just discriminated against me for being hard of hearing. You won't wait on me because I can't hear, and I had to say what a couple times. I go, and that is completely illegal. Now, the cop goes, well, sir, I don't know if it's illegal. I go, it's definitely illegal.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I go, it's totally illegal. I go, it's discrimination. And the DMV lady goes, that's not discrimination, sir. I go, let me tell you what discrimination is. And now everybody in DMV can hear me because now I'm being loud.
Because you're yelling.
Now I'm yelling.
It's not that people talk. Ben.
Yeah, okay, Ben. So I go, that woman that won't wait on me is fat. She's a fat, grotesque woman that can't pass a buffet. And if I walk in here and I put my paperwork down on the counter and I go, I'm sorry, but no fat, disgusting people are allowed to wait on me. And now the whole DMV is riveted to me. And the woman goes, sir, let's take this in my office. I go, no, I don't want to go in your office. I wanted to go in your office, and you wouldn't take me in your office because you were also discriminating against deaf people. I go, I just want to have this boat registered, and that big fat woman is fine with me. But if I came in here and said, I'm not having the fat woman wait on me, and now the cop is giggling so hard under his breath. He's going, and the woman's going, sir, give me your paperwork. She took my paperwork, and the manager of the DMV does the paperwork while I'm going, it's not my fault that she doesn't want to pass up a donut stand, and on and on. And she handed me my paperwork, and she goes, go, sir, go. I go, wouldn't you like me to pay for that? She wanted me just out of there. So now I leave, and every time I go into that house at DMV, that woman is there. And she goes on break every single time.
She's going to eat, maybe.
No.
But you remind her, donuts.
I thought it was a very forceful way to prove my point. You can't just not wait on someone because they're deaf. But hard of hearing are the only people that nobody cares about. No one ever...
That's
well,
true.
because
That's
they're getting
true.
boats registered.
I have a question, Vinny.
Not all deaf people are getting boats.
Vinny, I have a question. How do you sleep with yourself at night?
I sleep very well. I don't hear anything. I take a hearing aid out and I'm out.
That's actually a good story. That was.
How do you hear the foghorns?
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
I have a little boat, not a big boat.
It's a fishing boat, or is it?
No, it's a
family boat.
It's a family boat.
My sister has a yacht.
Yeah, well, how big is a yacht?
42 feet.
Yeah, that's much bigger than our boat.
2 bedrooms.
Yeah, that's much bigger.
I don't go on it.
I
don't like my sister.
I have a feeling you go on the boat, right?
No, I won't go out in the water because I get boat sick.
She doesn't ever take it out because she says it's too expensive.
Oh, yeah, they just dock it.
Not seasick. Rich gets boat sick.
Yeah,
they
no,
dock it. They dock it. Don't take it out. They just go to the boat.
On land.
A lot of people do that because they can't afford
boat.
They can't afford the gas.
They can't afford. I'll be at the Stress Factory this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? Your headline is Stress Factory?
I am.
And now is this?
I'm very stoked up for this show, by the way.
You should be. You do very well on stage. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thanks.
How do you negotiate your own deal?
I take all the door.
100% of the
I pay
door.
myself less than anybody because
Vinny.
Vinny, you pay yourself less because you're still making profit on the fucking club.
Okay,
I look at you.
That's not
He doesn't pay
a dirty
himself
thing.
as a comedian. He pays himself as the owner, but it's the same amount.
Vinny, I think you're a very funny I really, truly do. And I'm not saying this. I've been working your club for years, and I think you have some great material.
Thank you.
Okay? But I've said to you many times, it's hard to make that transition in people's minds because, you know, they don't see you as much as I. And a lot of the comics that headline your club are worried that you're going to do 45 minutes up front like you do with me. And that's okay.
He can't hear the light.
Okay. But do you know how bad I want the MC this weekend while you're headlining to do 40 minutes up front?
It wouldn't bother me.
Yes,
Nothing bothers me in front of me. I don't care.
You know what bothers me?
Everything bothers you. Everything.
Yeah.
Because there are some guys that really bitch about it. But the guy, now listen, you kill at my club, and we're not just giving each other.
I know. Listen, how could I not? I've been doing this forever. If I don't do well, I'm in the wrong business.
Right. And with me, because I'm at my club a decent amount, I'm constantly writing and experimenting, and I've become listen, there's nothing I can't talk about on stage and make it funny. That's all I do.
I think you have good stories. I really think you're a good comic.
Right.
Amongst what people say, I fucking stick up for you all the time.
What?
No, I really do think.
Here are the people that don't mind me working with them up front. Attell, Brewer, Burr, okay, and the people that mind, Nick DiPaolo. But if you walk by a microphone, DiPaolo's crying. I mean, last time DiPaolo was in the room, I went on stage for exactly 6 minutes because I know he's a big crybaby. And then he's on the radio next week going, Vinny did 45. No, I didn't do anything in front of you. And I'll work in front of Bonnie. Bonnie doesn't care. Bonnie's also very, very funny.
When I worked with you one time, I put the times you did on the wall.
Yes, that was hysterical.
I put the times on the wall in the dressing room.
It was hysterical. Every set that I did up front, and I was working out. Let's get that clear.
Yeah, I guess on my headline shows when you used to work out your new stuff. I guess when I'm working once a year in my area where I grew up, and a lot of people that I went to school with are coming in to see me, and I'm plugging the fuck out of it. Yeah, it's the time for you to work out.
Well, I do think you would have to do new material a lot.
I do,
right? Because people come back and they see
all the time.
Yeah,
and I think when you're writing a lot, listen, the guys that don't write a lot, I can't. After a while, I just can't use them anymore because the staff and everybody just says, I don't want to see it anymore.
I do feel bad for the staff on the weekend. And by Sunday night, I'm like, sorry.
I'm talking about guys that come year after year after year, and you just feel like you're playing Abbey Road. It's like, are you kidding me?
But remember when comedy, you could do that? You could do the same act for like 10 years, and now it's like you got to change it every year.
Well, because back then, you really didn't have as much of a following as now. Like you're doing, like say you do radio, say like I do Opie for 10 years. I'm going to get those people to keep coming out, and they don't want to hear the same thing. You know what I mean? Just like, and also too, comics were lazier back in the day.
They
found an act.
Yeah.
Look, I worked with great comics like David Say, who did 14 Carsons, right? But he would be word for word. Do you remember David?
No,
you don't remember
David
Say?
Either.
Ah, he was so fucking good. But it was boom, boom, word for word. But the jokes were, and he did 14 Carsons, and then I don't know whatever happened to him. Great. But a lot of those guys, I remember working with a comic, an impressionist, years ago, doing Palazzo one-nighters or Jerry Stanley. Then I was opener. He was a headliner. Great impressionist. Did a great Rod Sterling. Then I was working a club headliner. He was middling, but he was doing the same. They didn't kept writing. So if you're not going to keep writing, you're just going to get pushed out of the business.
You get pushed out, and the audience. Listen, I'll use a guy. He's a friend of mine. We don't use him a lot anymore, but Angel Salazar is a guy that does song parodies. And what blows my mind is
that dude hasn't changed his act in fucking 20 years.
And when you say, okay, who would you rip off? Who would you parodize? Is that the
it still closes like
I don't know.
Springsteen bit? Is it the Springsteen
who would
bit
you would parodize? Paradise, that's a verb, isn't it? I don't know. The people, you wouldn't do Lady Gaga in 2016.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is dying to be done by a guy like Angel Salazar. Instead, he's doing Sergio Mendes, and half the audience is going, Google that. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Well, no one knows Sergio Mendes, so I use that reference.
Oh.
But he does Madonna.
Good thinking.
Thank you. I'll tell you, Angel did a bit where he does the Beach Boys Kokomo song. Jamaica, and he has a plane that flies, so he's got a girl laying on the stage, and she's supposed to be laying on a beach towel, and he is supposed to mime a flight going down to the island. So he's got this plastic toy plane, and he flies it along while we're in the background playing the Kokomo. And what used to happen is that plane, a wing would fall off, and he would just never fix it. And then he lost the wing. And then he would just fly a plane with one wing. And then, I swear to God.
Landing at Kennedy Airport.
Yeah. Listen, and then
we have to stop at Newark. We lost a wing.
Well, then what happened is after 9/11, the other wing would fall off, and he would go. He had a guy in the front. He'd go, effing Muhammad. I don't curse on radio, so I'll say effing. He goes, effing Muhammad. I just don't. It's my thing. And I don't do it. You know what? I'm going to tell you what.
You're so
lining up to get you now.
No, the reason is I did Bobby Kelly's podcast, and he made me immune to the F word, because if you took that word out of his podcast, it's a 6-minute podcast. So anyway, now he loses the second wing, and it just becomes a missile flying through the air. And I'm like, even the plane, you won't even replace the plane? Write a new parody.
He just got arrested in Arizona. I was doing a fundraiser.
Child support.
I was doing a fundraiser. He was. They called me.
You were there?
No. I was doing a fundraiser in Jersey, and they hired him, and they said, "All right, we got this guy Angel, and then he'll middle and he'll close." I go, "Whoa! Have you done any research on this guy Angel?" They go, "No, we just hired him. A friend of a friend again." I'm like, "Do you think I'm following that fucking dog and pony show?" I'm not.
Don't be so mean.
No, it's a prop. I like Angel. Okay.
All right, we gotta wrap up for the.
Oh, take a break, but then we're coming back.
Do I have to leave?
No, we're staying until 9 o'clock.
Okay, God.
Do some
Can I tell a really quick Angel story?
Yes.
When I first started doing comedy at the Comedy Store when I was like 21 years old, and she would send me to San Diego at the Comedy Store down there in La Jolla, and there was a dressing room off to the side, and Angel used to be a big partier. I'm not going to say what he does now, but back then, and I was in the dressing room like putting lipstick on or whatever, and I could see in the reflection of the mirror Angel behind me, and there was a girl doing his makeup, and there's a girl at the same time tying up his little boots, and he looks at me in the mirror with complete fucking sincerity, and he goes, "You want some of this?" You want some of this? And I was like, no.
Okay, do some quick plugs. We'll take a break and come back. Take some calls and whatever. What do you got coming up?
Listen, I want if you're listening, I want you to do two things. I want you to follow me on Twitter. I want to see if people actually hear me on this thing. Vinny_Brand. Come to the club this weekend, 18, 19, 20. I'm doing my headline set, and listen to our podcast, the Proving Ground Podcast. Can I plug that?
You can plug whatever you want.
You just did, Vinny.
I just did.
Felicia, do you have anything? Twitter, clubs?
Yes, please follow me at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Felicia Michaels, and I will be at the Laugh Factory in Reno third week in March.
That's new. And took a little Catch Rising Star.
Oh, he's got a plug.
Who?
Shut your mouth, Bonnie.
You don't have any.
Tomorrow night, I'm at the House of Blues in Boston. Friday, the Living Room in Boston, and then the next weekend after that, I'm at Comedy Works in Albany.
Whoa.
What do I got coming up? March, the first week of March.
Dude,
go to my website. I'm going to L.A.
Well, you're coming to my club in April. Yeah, no, but I want people there. And Bonnie's going to be there in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there the first weekend in March, so you have to go to the Stress Factory.
Where the fuck am I? I got stuff coming up. March the 1st, 4th, and 5th. I'm in, hold on, real quick. I'll tell you in a second. You know what? I haven't,
You know what?
What?
You're
No.
fucking up the plugs.
I'll be in Harrisburg at the Comedy Zone. We were snowed out, so it's a rebooking. The 4th and 5th, Harrisburg Comedy Zone. The 12th, I'm doing a private, and the 10th a private.
So people that are listening to this.
Lewis is going to kill you. Hurry up.
On Monday, I'm paying my water bill.
Okay, so the
I have a doctor's appointment.
4th and 5th in Harrisburg, and 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Just tell them to go to your fucking...
At Magoobies in Baltimore. 17th, 18th, 19th.
I want to play Magoobies.
Okay, we'll be back in a bit.
I want to play Magoobies.
I'm not booking. Well, folks, welcome back. We haven't taken any calls for first half, so let's get a couple in. 866-969-1969. Bonnie, you're sitting here with your books.
I've got my books in my hand, so they come out officially on February 23rd. So I'm going to do a thing at the Strand Bookstore. It's, I don't know what
in New York City.
It's in. Yeah, it's in New York City. The Strand Bookstore, and Jim Gaffigan's going to be there, and
He's going to interview you.
He's going to interview me. We're going to talk about, he's in the book, so we're going to talk about some stuff, and then I'm going to sign books for people who
Say the date one more time.
It's February 23rd.
I heard the book already is on the bestsellers list from pre-orders.
Somebody told me that. I don't know now if that's true.
I told you.
You did? No.
Oh.
And then on the 25th, I'm doing a thing at Word Bookstore in Jersey City with Emily Tarver, who is so funny and a friend of the show. So she's going to do the same thing Jim's doing. And then I'm going to L.A., and I'll talk about that I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to do the MILF Code podcast when you're in L.A.
That's right. I'm going to do your podcast. And then I'm also doing a thing at some bookstore in L.A. with Nikki Glazer.
Are you doing Marin's podcast?
I think I'm doing it it's booked. I always think that it might not happen.
Are you going to sell the books at my club? You are, right?
I don't think I'm allowed to just personally sell them, but I think a representative is coming that night.
I think we should have a rep there because we have the book at the club. Somehow you got a book to me.
Oh, okay.
And I'm leafing through it. It's very good.
Thank you.
It's very
Vinny.
good. And I don't like to read. And It's very good. I'm going to read the whole thing.
Sirius wants
so
to do.
So is Rich going to read the whole thing?
I'm at page 100. That's 100 more pages than I've read in 10 years.
Am I in here at all? I haven't gotten that far. Am I in
yes,
here?
Yeah,
no,
you're
not.
in there somewhere.
Is he?
I want him to read it.
I haven't received the copy.
I'm not even in the book.
I finally saw my scene in the movie.
You didn't watch
the whole movie? You just watched the scene?
Listen,
what the fuck?
Here's what happened. I sat down and watched the movie. And Allie will tell you, she's here. I don't have, how much free time, how much time do I spend not doing something?
He's asking his daughter, who's sitting on the couch.
And I'm the most committed individual. I'm always...
Listen,
80
minutes at the end of the night to relax in bed with your wife and watch a movie when
I'm going to get to the end of the night, I'm literally 15 minutes and I'm in bed, and then I do my heavy reading right before I go to sleep. I do all my,
news?
My good reading. And I'm going to put this on my nightstand and read this, and I'll chew through this in 3 nights.
What's that hooked to your phone?
Did you? Oh, it's a wide-angle lens. Sorry, I didn't mean to be.
No, that's so cool.
She shot the movie Tangerine.
Yes.
With her phone.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know idea. That I'm the actual cinematographer for the movie Tangerine.
We've made that joke for 17 people.
Oh. There you go.
Vinny, let me explain something to you about the movie. Is full of comics that you would love to see.
I know.
Patrice has a big part, a nice part.
Well, here's the thing. It's available on Netflix. We don't know how much longer it's going to be on Netflix.
April 30th.
Oh, good. I'm going to watch it.
And then we don't know if it's renewed on Netflix.
Okay, I'm going to go watch it.
So you got to watch it now, or else you have to pay for it.
I'm going to watch the movie, and I wouldn't mind paying for it. Here, I'm telling you, I don't watch anything. Even if I do something, I don't watch it. I generally don't.
Nobody watches their own shit, Vinny. That's not an excuse. Who's going to sit around and watch their own shit?
I know.
Oh, I sit around and listen to this radio show every night right after we do it. No, I don't.
Yeah, I can't. I hate watching myself.
Rich. That is a lie.
No, watching and listening.
You're always
not talking about
yourself.
Watching.
I don't mind listening just to see and make, to correct and get better, but I hate, are you
kidding me?
Can I
ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, you just did. Thank you. Let's move.
When you guys, and it's a serious question, make money, do you guys pull it all together, or do you keep some for yourself, Bonnie, is what I'm asking.
Don't worry. I'm getting a nest egg together.
Okay.
No,
we do have life insurance, but I don't get a lot if he dies because he's half dead already.
Don't you think it'd be better if all the money went into one pot?
No,
because first of all, I don't want to be making purchases on my apps. I have some clothing apps on here. I don't want to be making purchases and then have him be like, "Oh, you want more of that, or you already have 2 hats, or whatever it is." And then what?
Pick up line 2. Raina's on.
Oh, I gotta hear this. I love this kid.
That's our daughter.
Is it our daughter though?
She's adorable.
Hello, state your name.
Raina.
Raina what?
Vos.
Okay, you got that correct. Do you know how to spell it?
R.
Oh, it's not Raina. It's not Raina. She would know how to spell her name.
Why are you calling? What's up?
Guys, hi.
Hi, that's my oldest daughter, Jessica. How was Raina's dance recital?
It turned into Jessica's dance recital too.
What do you mean? You went on stage and danced with the kids?
Amy danced the whip and nay-nay.
Oh, she said that I said, are you going to ask Jessica to go on stage? She said they could ask people if they wanted. And she said to me this morning, I'm not going to ask Jessica to come up.
Well, then they made us. They made us get it.
And how did you dance, Raina? How did it go?
Good.
Did you dance like you have soul?
Good. I mean, we could work on some things.
Because your father has no soul. We know that moving forward.
That's a given.
So, Raina, did Jessica film it? Oh, I can't wait to see it. Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Did you meet a guy? Did you dance with a guy at the recital?
Did you meet a guy?
Huh?
I danced with a girl.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, so I'm going to save in life on your wedding. All right. Well,
okay,
listen.
well, guys.
Hey, Raina.
Guys, just so you know, Raina said I could live under her bed.
So I'll be moving in tomorrow. I hope you have a good house evening.
She's a homeless chick under my bed.
Yeah, she's your older sister, Raina. It's your bedroom. I love you, Raina. I love you, Jessica.
Bye.
All right, bye, Raina.
A little
bye,
bit of personal drama coming onto the radio show.
Yeah, are they still there? You guys gone?
They're gone.
Yeah, my oldest daughter, 25, doesn't like her living quarters because she's living at my sister's house, which is a fucking mansion.
Your sister's really doing better than you.
10 times.
She doesn't have a new BMW every 2 years.
Why doesn't she like the living quarters? What's the problem?
Because my sister drives her, or yells at her, or keeps on top of her.
What is she doing? What kind of work?
She does sales, IT sales, but in
Which
bulk.
one of the bedrooms on your sister's boat is Jessica living in?
No, my sister's house is on top of the mountain, watching the mountain, looking at New York.
Don't try to make jokes. Okay?
What is your daughter? Your daughter does IT sales or your sister?
My daughter. My sister's pharmaceutical.
No.
Okay. And who's she selling IT for?
I don't know, some company. She does good.
I'm sure she does great.
And she'll sell 100, 200 iPads to a school. And It's all phone, whatever. And, I mean, look. She wants to move into we have a 2-bedroom condo, townhouse, 2 bedrooms, which is small for us. We have a kid, and she wants to move into my 8-year-old's room. And I said, when we get a new place, you can move in. After I get some kind of gig, we'll get another place.
Right.
We're going to do it.
Don't do it. My niece is living with me. She's 22. She's living in my garage, going to school. And she's like, no, I apologize, but I want to move out. And I'm like, I apologize. Get the fuck out. Yeah.
I think it's very good to let him. My daughter, Allie, has a beautiful apartment, pays for herself. I think it's good to get him out. And,
I know, but my daughter, she has money saved. My other daughter, my 23-year-old, is in Houston, Texas, has a great gig. Not saying that my older one doesn't, but the living expenses aren't as much in Houston as they are up here in Jersey. So my daughter's scared, being that she does sales, she might not hit her mark, her number, and not be able to pay rent. But so she wants to save more.
Right, I get that.
Yeah, but if she is worried about her rent, that'll make her hustle.
Yeah.
Maybe Dad could get a 3-bedroom townhouse if he wasn't buying Mercedes and BMWs.
No, we are. We're getting it in the spring. We'll probably, after taxes. I'm going to get killed on taxes this year.
Mm-hmm.
I say this.
How about you? You getting killed on? You guys file together?
No, I file together with her. I file for both of us. And we pay, and listen, we got a lot in taxes. Tons this year. It's going to kill us.
Are you, I don't mean to turn political, but this is the year. Are you a Democrat, Republican? What are you?
I'm moderate. So I don't, I'm
uninformed.
You're, what does that mean? I love that because I know what that means.
No,
Bonnie, I know what that means. I got to tell you, we had Dr. Dirty at the club. And Dr. Dirty always accused me of being like a radical right-wing.
Anybody that doesn't agree with liberals, you're right-wing.
Right, right.
You're right-wing.
Well, what else is... I'm sorry, I didn't know there... do we have a...
When you say I'm informed...
Whoa. First of all, I could believe...
I'm with the... Rich is with the Green Party.
No, I believe in gay marriage. I believe in...
we're in one.
Okay? Abortion's none of my business, but I don't agree with everything on the left. That doesn't make me a right-wing fucking lunatic.
Right.
What don't you agree with?
Huh?
What don't you agree with?
Well, with the left?
Interracial marriage. What kind of crap are we talking about, Michael?
I think their political correctness is hurting.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I hate on Facebook if you put something up about, like gun control or something, and then some like crazy person will troll you, and especially around the issue of gun control, and they'll write, "It's not the guns that kill people, it's the people that kill people." And every time I read that, because I'm a little bit too PC, I do think to myself, we need to kill those fucking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's out of control.
We need guns to kill the people that are killing people with guns.
Yes.
No, it's just that they get, like, there's comics that post, and they're so fucking mean. And if people on the right were that mean to Obama, the way they are to Bush or this guy Scalia that just died, like the stuff they're
the guy
writing about,
died and they hammered him.
And then
Can I just say this about the thing with the guy dying? the only way the guy was ever going to get out was to die. So, I mean,
Well,
they might be being mean
judge.
about the fact that the guy is no longer the justice.
No, but
Well,
every Supreme Court judge dies on the bench.
I think the liberals jumped on it because all those guys were already saying if Obama says we're going to have he's going to name a new one, that we should delay. Yeah, like they're the ones that started it. It's like, oh,
well, no,
you guys are going to start it.
No, I'm not saying that debate.
Yeah.
I'm saying how they were mean that his legacy, and thank God he's dead. Basically, there were posts like that. Just like if Bush died tomorrow, do you know how the left would be on there? Going crazy, thank God, this and that. And if that ever happened on the other side, it's just there's an unbalanced correctness in the political system.
Well,
that sentence had an uncorrectness to it. But let me just say this. Here's the thing. If I were to say, for example, that I am anti-gun control to the extreme, and so now suddenly I'm right wing, I'm ignorant, I'm uninformed, Bonnie. And the thing is, here's the hypocrisy of it all. So, and another really great story that I'm about to tell. Anyway, the point is that we had Valby in, and Valby's always accusing me of being some right wing maniac. And so he comes to the club. This is all before the show, and this is Obama has just been elected, and he's going, "Yeah, you." He's cursing. I guess I'll curse. It's your show. He's like, yeah.
No, it's your personal rule.
It is a personal rule. It's my personal thing. I don't like to do it on the radio in case there's a kid listening, Raina.
You don't think that little fuck knows curse words? She doesn't have serious. She's not.
All right. I'll just tell the story the way it happened. He's literally going, you fucking cocksucker. You don't want to pay your share, and you don't want to help, and now we're gonna get. And he's on and on. And I'm going, Valby, I don't have any problem paying my share. I just think that my biggest problem is the answer is not always more taxes. And Valby rips me apart, calling me a rich cocksucker, and I'm not rich. People that are rich don't work like me. Now, the whole show goes...
Wait, stop.
The show gets done.
Isn't rich a measurement of cash, like actual money?
No, it's additions
not a
on your
measurement
house.
about how little you work.
The size of your porch and your fucking yard.
Yeah. All right, listen.
You can subdivide on your yard.
Vinny, was Valby yelling at you on your boat?
You'll never be on the boat. Now, don't worry about my boat. You're never going to see it.
You're never going to see the inside of the club.
Unless you get a job with a deckhand, it's not your concern. So what happens is, Valby gives me this big line of crap about being a rich Republican, and now it's time to get paid. And he's a point deal, and on that particular night, he's made $3,500 or whatever, which is not a bad night's pay.
No,
okay, so
to play songs.
Right. So I get my manager, Kate, and I go, Kate, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do the settlement with Valby. You're going to write the settlement sheet up, and at the very bottom, you'll do all the numbers, and you'll do, $3,500, and then underneath that, you'll write minus 20% special New Jersey withholding tax. And then you'll pay him less 20%. And Kate goes, well, what is that? I go, it's nothing. I just want to see how he reacts. And when he bitches, I want you to say to him, no, this is just a special tax because unemployment is so high right now. This is going to help unemployed people in New Jersey. Since you live out of state, you'll get half of that money back, meaning he will pay 10% extra tax. So she gives him
following the numbers, Rich.
I'm standing right outside the office.
Which is good with numbers. Not good with people.
Yeah, and I hear, oh no, but fuck that! Fuck that! I ain't paying more money to some lazy son of a bitch isn't working. You tell Vinny I want cash. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not paying. Fuck those people aren't working. I work my ass off. And I open the door real quiet and I go, well, John, whatever is the problem? I thought for sure that you, the bleeding heart Democrat, would have no problem giving an extra 10%. And that's when he looked at me and goes, oh, you got me. And that's the left in a nutshell. If you're on one side of it, they call you dumb and ignorant and stupid. And I'm like you, I'm in the middle. Gay marriage, absolutely. Abortion, I have 5 daughters. You think I'm not pro-abortion? Okay, so but I don't want to bleed out in taxes. I just don't want to bleed out in taxes.
Yeah, but don't we pay less tax now than we did 30, 40 years ago?
New Jersey. New Jersey has the highest tax.
Really?
Not on clothes. Our property tax. Our property tax is murder.
Well, I live in
What do
LA,
you mean
so my
not?
property is taxed. This is what I want to make a complaint, is that nobody wants to compromise anymore. Nobody wants to respect the other side. That's the problem.
Yes, I agree.
But there is a good thing about being PC. Like, because women wanted things made that were PC, like dolls that actually reflect the size of of the average woman. Now they have the normal size Barbie. But then there's always some fucking PC nut that wants to take it a step further. Oh, the normal Barbie has to have her period now so we can teach little girls about their discharge. And when I hear things like that, I get so angry that I didn't get to grow up with a doll that could make discharge fun, number one.
Yeah.
But number two, if you're going to make a little doll for girls that can discharge bodily functions, then you got to make those dolls for boys. Because I want a G.I. Joe doll that I can give tiny little hand jobs to. And they can come with accessories like another G.I. Joe doll and a asshole.
Sports Illustrated now has this is the first swimsuit issue they're doing plus size models.
Yeah, and they're
How do you feel about that?
and Vinny
How do you feel
hates
about
fat
that?
I'll tell you how I feel about that.
they're not plus size. They're fucking.
No, they're big, yeah.
I saw the cover. Of the
I'm
girl.
going to tell you
It's
two
not-
things.
For a black guy, that girl is fucking skinny. Okay, and hot. All right, I'm just.
Lewis,
Look,
you agree?
I'm saying
You agree with
Lewis agrees.
Let me just say this. First of all,
that's not racist.
That girl is beautiful no matter what.
No, she's
Yeah, but I'm
beautiful,
saying-
but that's not.
I put on my
sexy.
Facebook today the following sentence. All it said was, I don't think fat Barbie is the answer. That's all I put. And my wife made me take that down. I'm like,
Good,
why?
good.
There's nothing wrong with that. Now listen.
Yes,
When
I
they
take
say-
that down.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Listen.
But here's the problem. It's not fat shaming. Fat Barbie is not a healthy image for young girls. You should not aspire to be overweight. Because listen, the reason stomach stapling is covered by insurance and not hearing aids is because of all of the inherent risks of being obese. And they are well documented and they're real. So
Do you think that Sports Illustrated model is obese?
No,
I think that's.
I don't think she's obese at all.
Wait a minute. That Sports Illustrated model would not fit the medical definition of healthy. No way in God's earth.
I don't know. What I saw looked hot. But here's.
Yeah,
look,
I think
it's not hot,
when
it's
I
not
say,
healthy.
She's fucking
Felicia,
delicious looking. Are you crazy?
Whenever
Wait,
we say,
say-
I want to eat her
Delicious.
puss.
Felicia, whenever.
Fat TV your puss.
Felicia,
I have no problem with fat people. I do have a problem with you telling me that a model is a bad negative image for a man or a girl if the guy or girl is in great shape. Listen, Rich has an
It's
8-pack.
unattainable,
Okay,
though, for the average
this kid to my
person.
right does not. Okay,
Yeah.
that's healthy. You should have that at your age. You should have an 8-pack, and you don't.
he's healthy for it. Here's so.
You don't know what's
First of all,
under here.
I'm only kidding. I'm just saying.
Here's what I'm
Not
saying.
an 8-pack, but yeah.
One, Felicia, don't get mad when we do like
No, I'm not
politically
mad.
incorrect or
No,
racial
no,
stuff
no,
here.
absolutely.
Because
She's
no, we're
She's
not.
allowed to have her opinion.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
And her
saying she
opinion
thinks
is that he's saying that.
No,
that,
when I say that black people like thick, that's true. That's not a racial statement.
Oh, whatever. Rich.
Every
Get the black. Excuse me,
I
producer.
know, no,
He is
I
heartily
understand.
agreeing.
You like them thick, Lewis?
He is heartily agreeing
Lewis
in there.
is
What are you
one
saying?
person. He's
Yes, no, but I grew up in that neighborhood. I talk from what I know.
okay. So men,
Okay,
black men over
black-
55, we can say you've
Do
talked
black
to all of
gentlemen
them.
prefer a larger gal?
Yes, more meat on the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
So-
the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
No,
Wait. First of all,
women-
you're in
Personal
perfect
opinion,
shape,
isn't it?
You're skinny in perfect shape. It's easy for you to say that's how it should be because you're not that.
I know, but if I gain 10 pounds, I feel this immense shame about it because of people like you guys who think that everyone needs to be sticky.
No,
I didn't
no
say
shame.
that.
I
I
don't
didn't say
shame
that.
anybody that's heavy. What I'm saying is you shouldn't have a doll that becomes the target body image. Listen, this is what I say. Okay, Barbie, for years, the doll Barbie, was what every guy
Can I just say this one thing
wanted.
about Barbie?
And now Barbie
no, it's your
looks
show.
a
You
little.
go ahead.
Barbie looks a little
can't hear you.
slutty now that she's.
He can hear through the headphones.
Here's the problem.
He's just selectively not hearing.
I didn't hear
it.
what you say.
That's
No.
what my dad
No,
does too, by the way.
I just want to say this about Barbie is that it is unrealistic standards. I didn't put my feet on the floor fully for years and years because that's what Barbie's like. Really? Nothing?
What?
Barbie has her feet like this.
If a woman was the exact shape of the old Barbie, she would tip over. It's not in reality.
Well,
Okay,
the
but-
problem is and I don't mind a handicap Barbie, but they want you to pay extra for the fucking chair. I got to pay for the chair now. Okay, now I got to build a ramp on her dollhouse. See, it's all a scam.
It is a scam, and I also don't know this. I don't know any parent that took a doll and said to their daughter, "This is what you got to look like, honey." Yeah. I don't believe that becomes the body image.
Why don't they talk about Barbie being a cunt? What a cunt she is, right? No one talks about that.
Nobody talks about how she never stays in one profession.
Yeah,
she just always gives up and goes to another one.
Yeah,
and I don't have a problem if someone's overweight. I don't judge overweight people.
She's a veterinarian. Pick something, Barbie, and go with it.
Anytime it gets a little bit tough, on to the next thing.
She's a quitter.
Hey, can we just take this one call from David in New York? I want to see what he has to say.
Is it about you, Richard?
Yes. No. Can we take one about you?
Oh, David, go ahead.
It's funny. I always get on the air. I don't know how he said it.
Yeah, because you know, right? Oh, I got to make up some nice story about Rich so I can get on.
Hey, that's true. Hey, Rich, I sent my mom to see you down in Fort Myers a couple weeks ago. And she said that you slay. And I just wanted to call and say thank you for my video. I sent it to all my friends, put it on my Facebook. That was very cool of you, man.
What, I did a video for your mom, for you? I kind of remember I got that on Twitter today.
Yep. He said for you to say hi to me. So he sent me so fuck you, David.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
And she said you were very funny. She said she hasn't laughed that hard in a long time. She said you're very funny, man.
I don't, yeah.
Rich is good with moms.
Thanks. The club, I had a great time at the club. But they sold the club, I think. I was the last guy. And then a new owner.
I gotta go.
Well, thank you for calling. Tell your mom, thank you for coming out.
Hey, Bonnie, love you. Take care.
Okay, bye, David.
This guy's called before?
I don't fucking know. What? Oh, really? I'm gonna remember every David that's ever called our show. Oh, is this David from New York? Or is it Dave from New Jersey?
We had a nice debate going. Rich is going to get praised by a caller. We have to stop.
No, because we'll take calls every now and then on this show. I'm sorry, fucking third guy that we let in once in a while, but our contract says we're supposed to take calls.
We had a nice heated debate. You got great guests on today.
I know. That's very nice. I wanted to calm fucking Vinny down for a second.
Because I did not fat shame someone.
Can you calm down, please, sir?
This is how deaf people talk. Did you not hear the fat lady at the DMV story that he told?
Okay, I can get Vinny any time in here. We're not going to get Felicia. She lives in California, so there's more interesting stuff. We've heard all the hearing aid bullshit stuff with him.
Our handicap portion is done.
Every Barbie is deaf. Every Barbie is deaf.
Yeah, to you. To you, pal. All right.
All right, so can we get back to?
Oh wait, let's see if anybody from the Bronx what their opinion is.
Oh, no, God. I don't want to take that one.
Oh, come on, just take any call. Maybe someone will want to say something nice about me.
Okay, Frank from the Bronx, go ahead.
What's up, guys? Bonnie, what's up? How are you?
Good.
Good luck with your books.
Thank you. Coming out February 23rd.
I'm looking forward to it. Vinny,
yes.
Drink a little decaf. You've been talking for 45 minutes straight. Take a deep breath.
I can be quiet, but not tonight.
Let the master Rich, who's been carrying the show from the minute it started, take control of the situation.
Thank you.
And he's doing a fantastic job. That's really all I called for. But Bonnie, I'm really, you've been doing really good stuff. I'm really,
thank you.
I got my wife turned on to you. She wants to eat your box.
Oh, eat the puss. Thank you.
You had your agent call. You had your agent call in.
Have her call in. Thanks, Frank.
Oh, Vegas. We got Vegas. Thanks, Frank, man. Thanks for the nice words.
John from Vegas. Where is he?
Oh, hit the fucking thing.
John.
Yeah.
What's up?
Come on about a divorced Barbie doll that comes with Ken shit, too.
What?
A divorced Barbie that comes with the Ken stuff.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, they need to make one.
No, he's saying there should be one. Thanks for your call,
John.
No,
they need to make writers for people in Vegas.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. We, our callers, you got to step it up, man. I mean,
you were on hold, so you had to plan that.
No, he wasn't on hold. He just called in. We just got him right when he called in.
But you don't think he thought about that? You think that was an ad-lib?
He was obviously thinking about it for the 3 minutes since we were talking about it.
Are you sticking up for a fucking caller you hung up on?
Yeah.
He'll do anything to go against me.
No, I'm just saying, I don't think he thought about it long enough. He didn't sit down. He didn't write it out. He didn't think, how is this going to play? Okay. I'm dealing with a lot of top-notch comedians on this show.
He thought that was going to crush.
I guarantee. Hold on. Now Felicia feels she has to raise her hand.
Well,
calm down, Vinny.
So what kind of dolls do you buy your daughter?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, all white to begin with.
Well,
doesn't matter if they're skinny or fat, but he doesn't buy any of those colored dolls.
No.
We do have a funny story because she likes those American Girl dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
And one time I was watching this was like a couple summers ago, I was watching like one of those morning shows, and they had this deal where you could go on their website and get an American Girl doll for $35 with 2 side things, and it's an amazing deal because they're
$100 or more.
They're like a lot of money.
They are?
So I somehow got on the website and I bought the doll. It came. I said, I'll leave it in the closet for Christmas. And then I totally forgot about it.
And I was up in the closet
A week ago.
moving stuff around. I go, what's in this box?
Can you turn off your phone, Vinny? Because we're doing a radio show.
I go, what's in this box? And I called Bonnie downstairs, and she was putting Raina to bed. And I go, what's in this? And she goes, I opened it. It was an American Girl doll. And I got back from Vegas that day, so Bonnie was so sweet and let me tell Raina that I brought it back for her. So, and I go, I got a surprise for you, and behind my back. And I pulled it out, and her eyes lit up. Did you see how her eyes lit up? She was so happy. And she's got a couple of these dolls, but then the next day she said to Jessica, I want the other one.
Well, because this was now an old doll. They upgrade, very quickly.
And they make like one of these dolls doll of the year. And the doll's bed, and I say this on stage, is $140. My kid's bed was $125. The doll's not going to fucking live better than my kid.
If you go to American doll store, you can have lunch, and you can buy your doll lunch, which they then wrap up for you, and you bring it home, and you get to step over actual hungry homeless people with your fake doll lunch on the way. I can't believe this is happening.
You can get your doll's ears pierced for $60.
It's unreal.
I can do it with a fucking pin myself.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Really?
$60.
They have boys, so I don't know.
They have a
I walked by a
hairdresser
homeless guy begging for food, and I gave him the food because what are you going to say? No, the doll might want it later.
It's real food? Did they get the doll?
I thought maybe it was like doll food or something.
No. They sell you a meal that's also.
When we were in the store, my daughter was yelling, I want a black baby. So I said, when you get older, dye your hair blonde and gain 200 pounds in your ass.
Oh, my God.
That's what we're doing now?
Oh, my God.
We're doing bits now.
Oh, my God. At least the fat people were forgiving me.
Show, you've made him do his material now.
No. Hey, listen, we get our daughters all different kinds of dolls. She's really more of a stuffed animal kid, and you would think at 8 years old, maybe she would stop with the stuffed animals.
She carries a stuffed animal. I mean, she comes on the road with me, and so we're, in the green room, and she tells the owner, I tell you that?
No.
We're in the casino, whatever that casino was,
Mohegan
Sun, and I was on stage, and the owner, or the manager came in and was talking, and she goes, shh, to the manager. She shushed him.
I want to take her on the road.
Well, she's kind of sassy, and then she's sassy while carrying around Piglet. She loves Piglet.
She wrote on the comedy club wall, McGuire's,
I'm the best fucking comic here.
Yeah, Raina Voss. But like Wanda say, what did Wanda say to her at
She gave the finger to Keith, and then Wanda was there, and Wanda said, "Okay, the stuffed animal or the finger. You can't do both." It's too complicated.
That's hilarious.
That's very funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I miss good old days when it was just I had Barbie dolls. I used to make my Barbie dolls scissor. I used to make them.
Yeah, we did. I had sisters. We did crazy shit.
Wait, you made your Barbie doll scissor?
They had sex. They were eating each other's pussies out.
No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah, of course we did. Yeah, of course. Of course. You didn't do that,
We
you
did lots of fucked up shit.
I used to do that with my dolls, too.
We'd also do really
scissor them up.
Really?
No, you didn't. You didn't have dolls.
I used to put G.I. Joe's little ones in my ass until I got 12 up there. Who does that with dolls and makes them scissors and lesbians?
All little girls.
Really?
Andrew from New Jersey.
Hey, guys, I don't know if they still have this, but before American Girl dolls,
my kids had this doll that was called My Twin, and basically they make the doll look exactly like your daughter.
No fucking
Oh,
way.
man, I don't know about I've never heard about that.
Oh, and you can buy, like, clothes so they match, and you're talking about a freaky fucking thing when your kid is walking around with a doll that looks exactly like her. And it's like
well, essentially, that's what motherhood is, isn't it? I mean,
Dress them up in a little outfit.
you're like just carrying around the little you.
Is it full size?
That's creepy, though, with a doll.
Is it full size, like a bigger doll, one of those big, or is it small?
No, it's probably like the size of an American Girl doll.
Oh, wow.
Well, I thought that they made the American Girls dolls to look like your daughter. I thought they kind of, no?
Well, they do have clothing that you can, I mean, they have so many different ones that I suppose you could find the right coloring and everything.
Right.
So much easier to be a boy.
They do have the handicap, the one in the wheelchair.
Do they really?
Oh, they do?
Yeah. But I feel like, okay, so if your kid's in a wheelchair and then you, like, the kid is like, can you stop giving me stuff with wheelchairs? I'm trying to forget that I'm stuck in this chair for the rest of my life and all my toys.
All of these.
They have to wheel around two things now.
Yes,
it's like,
it's
oh,
like,
when does it end?
All of these options are why ISIS hates us. I mean, that you could buy a doll that looks like you and dress
is
it
that
up
why
like
ISIS hates us?
Thank you. It really is.
For your,
I'm
for your very informed views.
That's why they. Okay, are you from the left again? It is why they hate us. We have too much.
Yeah, you know what?
In the name of Allah and his American dolls.
You know, we have too much, but we work hard to get too much. You know, in a capitalistic society, that's what you
In
have.
a what society?
Capitalistic society. Do you think I said that wrong? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't. Did I say that wrong?
Capitalist society, capitalistic
society.
Capitalist society.
Yeah. I don't think you need the ick.
I think the ick is optional.
I throw that in a capitalist society.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, that's what you get. You're going to get...
Say texting.
Huh?
It's what brought us all the progress.
Texting. I don't like the T at the end. I think it's ridiculous.
Texting?
Yeah, it's just stupid. Who throws the T?
So I got to lay over at Newark and I'm texting and
texting.
Why? Who are you voting for? I don't like any candidates.
Well, you're not voting for any of them.
Okay.
No, I don't like any of them. I think
you don't vote. You don't vote.
If I like somebody, I'll vote.
Yeah. Bonnie, you're Canadian. Do you vote?
I don't because I'm a sex offender. No, I can't because I never got my.
Yes, he just said capitalistic is a real word.
Oh, okay. Well, then we all learned something. Thank you, Richard.
Who do you going to vote for? Trump?
Well, I'm a Republican, registered, so I don't know who I vote for out of this group. Listen, everyone's afraid to say it. I'm not supporting Trump, but Trump is forcing a dialogue that made every regular politician uncomfortable, and that's a good thing, right? Now, has he gone way out of?
He's on a roast. He's roasting.
He really is. He's roasting. That's a good way of looking at it. I mean, listen, there's no candidate on either side of this that looks exciting to me. I really don't like Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders is a socialist. The old doesn't bother me at all. He's a socialist. He's legitimately a socialist who wants to redistribute wealth at a level that's, I think, unacceptable to a capitalistic society. And
that's a word.
You don't think they should break up the banks?
Pardon?
You don't think that he has a good idea to want to break up the banks?
Well, not that Bernie has no good ideas, but to really look at Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act. It's really a major redistribution of wealth. That's what it was. People that had insurance had to get uninsured, then sign up to get reinsured at a higher rate to cover people that didn't have insurance. Listen.
I agree. It's not a good system.
It's not. And we needed health care. I give Obama a lot of credit for getting health care. But let's know what we're talking about.
Definitely need health care.
Yeah, but real quick. If you make over a certain amount of money, you can't get that. The health care. 2, you have to have health care in this country. So if you don't make enough money, how the fuck are you going to get it?
I was thinking about this. Like,
my daughter signed up for it. It's the worst experience in her life. And she's so frustrated.
And you're her dad, so that's saying a lot.
But you're saying, Felicia, you're saying break up the banks.
She said,
I'm not saying. I'm just asking. Asking.
But are we going to break up the airlines? Who
I would say so.
Don't you think? I mean, because they're all
my experience.
They're all in collusion together.
Absolutely.
Are we going to? Who else?
Well, when you say break up the banks, what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you because you're asking the question.
Right.
You mean that Goldman Sachs should be broken up?
I just think that the way the system is now, like, I don't like that Hillary took $600,000 from Goldman Sachs.
650.
Yeah, I don't like that.
She took it from Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And
I don't
the
like
laws,
that. Yeah.
the laws and the deregulation that led to the implosion of the economy were passed under Bill Clinton.
Probably.
No,
yeah,
they were.
Yeah,
I mean, that's factual.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it happened. And, listen.
Well, also, too, Bush had a lot to do with the housing bubble. It was Clinton and Bush, both of them together. Yeah. 3 minutes. Oh, we got 3 minutes.
Go ahead, Stosh. Make it quick. Canada. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I didn't. Okay. Hello.
He's yelling at his radio right now.
Hello.
Please, someone tell me, has no one ever heard Donald Trump? Like he has yet to this day has to answer a question. He hasn't.
I agree, but that's the
that.
thing. He kind of did a genius thing where he's like, "I'll let you know how I'm going to get the wall built after you elect me."
They all do that. Every one of them does the same thing.
Let you know.
I'm voting for Frank Underwood.
Yes.
Believe me. That's his favorite response. Just believe me. I'm going to do it.
I told you.
But they all do that.
Now, this guy's from Canada. So in Canada, they're not allowed to do negative campaigning after a certain point, right?
That's exactly. And our campaigns last, 48 days, and then you're elected. And that's it.
That's
Do
the
they
way
have
it should
super
be.
PACs in Canada? Do they have like stuff like that?
We don't have super anything in Canada. Yeah, it's not that kind of country.
If Trump wins, if Trump wins, I'm going to Mexico and selling catapults.
I'm not supporting Trump. What I'm saying is Trump forced a dialogue that no one wanted to have. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if you had to pick one of those guys as a Republican, who would you
Thanks
pick?
for calling,
If I had
Stosh.
to pick a Republican right now,
If you had to pick a Republican right now.
Honest to God,
Okay. Well, we don't need to know the answer to that. So let's do our plugs.
Maybe
We're
take
ready to end this program. I hate talking politics. People force you to do it.
I know. Vinny did.
And then if you go, I don't know anything about politics.
Vinny took over our radio show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then if you say I don't know anything about politics, they go. It's like they light up because now they can say anything and they know you're not going to be able to fucking come back at them.
The show will now be called.
Now they're just shoving garbage in your face.
How about we call the show "We Hate Vinny"?
I was going to say Bonnie and Rich hate Vinny.
Rich and I only get along when we have a common enemy. So thanks for stopping by.
So somebody's getting her pussy eaten tonight. They're in a good mood now.
Vinny, you are this weekend at your own club, the Stress Factory. It's a fantastic club. There's great food there. Good comics, I'm supposing, that are opening for you. And
I've what's his name? Chris, Big Talk. Chris, what the hell? I'm blanking on his name. The big talker from Long Island. Chris.
He's funny.
Roach. Chris Roach.
He's funny.
Very funny kid.
A nice guy. He's not a kid. He's a man.
Nice man.
He's a good guy. I like him.
You can follow Vinny on Twitter, Vinny_. That's unfortunate.
And he won't hear you following him. Go ahead
and listen to my podcast. It's called The Proving Ground. It's fun. Stories about the club. A lot of fun. Great.
All right, let somebody else. We don't care about your
Felicia,
podcast.
thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you for having me.
I'm actually so glad that your flight got delayed.
Yeah.
You got to come in.
Thank you for having me. It's been an interesting experience.
When you at the Laugh Factory?
I'm at the Laugh Factory in Reno, third week of March, and please listen to me on the MILF Code, my podcast I do with Susanna Brisk, which Bonnie is going to be on in a couple of weeks.
Oh, was that Barry's ex-wife?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
she's cool.
Barry
I like
came
her.
and did the podcast.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, my ex-husband would never do the podcast.
Yeah.
But Barry came.
Well, Barry, because Barry will do anything for fucking publicity. Who you can know, folks. It's still. Please download Women Aren't Funny on Netflix because we want them to re-up our contract. Download Women Aren't Funny on Netflix. Bonnie's book is coming out the 23rd. You're better than me. I'm telling you, get this book. Everybody's fucking raving about it
on Amazon.
And the first week of March, I will be at Harrisburg Comedy Zone, and then later on in March, I'll be at Magoobies. Go to my website. Thank you, guys. This was a fucking good show.
This was a great, fun
Thank you.
time.
It was good to come back to this show because we haven't been here in a while.
Go ahead.
Next week, we're going to try to play our live podcast that we did at the Village Underground, hosted by Ron Bennington. Ben, you got anything coming up real quick?
Tomorrow night at the House of Blues in Boston, Friday night, the Living Room in Boston, and then the 26th and 27th, Albany Comedy Works.
All right, cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.